Imagine going to a fancy dinner party and the table is overflowing with the most delicious food. As you and other guests dig in, something incredible happens. The bowls and plates reveal beautiful images as they're emptied. How delightful would it be to see an entire group of camels on one of them? Hi, I'm Lauren, and today I thought we could get to know this charming ceramic bowl that's now in the Walters Museum in Baltimore, Maryland. It was made more than 800 years ago, sometime in the late 12th or early 13th century, in the country we now know as Iran. It's striking for its subject matter with all those camels, as well as its almost rainbow color palette. 8 camels decorate this bowl, with 7 along the inside wall and 1 in the center bottom of it. Our cool camelid friend in the center looks like it's walking, with 2 of its hooved feet raised. Its neck is also held up, and it seems like it's looking off into the distance with a confident expression. Plus, on its back, it's wearing a lovely turquoise, golden, and blue saddle, which suggests to me that the camel is ready for riders or something else to be placed on its back. I love how the artist has used a fine brush to add thin wisps of hair on the camel's head. It looks like a breeze is blowing it backward, or maybe the camel is moving quickly. And look at how the artist adds even more details with the same thin brush to other parts of the camel's body. These details really grab my attention. To add even more visual interest, the artist filled in empty spaces with what looks like a vine with flowers and leaves. A circular element surrounds the camel, and it's filled with a diamond pattern and circles of different sizes and colors. The other 7 camels also seem to be walking. Each of them is shown with their legs and hooves in slightly different positions. And look how the artist has painted each camel and saddle in different colors. There's gold, turquoise, red, a lighter turquoise, pink, green, and black. And they are all painted with the same fluid, capable lines that suggest to me an experienced artist. These camels all have 2 humps, and so they're likely supposed to represent Bactrian camels that were found on the steppes of Central Asia. They were popular pack animals because they had a high tolerance for extreme conditions and high altitudes. They would travel long distances in caravans on the Silk Roads, which was actually an enormous network of trade routes across Eurasia. There is only one human figure on this bowl. It's a man in a red tunic who's maybe leading this camel caravan. This explains why all the camels wear saddles and are moving, because perhaps they were carrying goods or people across vast distances. Because of the way the camels have all been arranged in the circular design, I really want to hold the plate in my hands and turn it to see everything. Though, museums usually aren't in the habit of letting you pick up the art with your hands. When I saw this recently at the Walters, I kept turning my head left and right to try to look at everything closely. And wow, I just love the border of the bowl. The squiggly lines in blue that are broken up with other designs in red and turquoise. It's just a feast for the eyes, no pun intended. Back when this was made in the late 12th or 13th century, wealthy elite people would have been able to hold it and turn it to appreciate the cool camelids on it. Why is that? Well, ceramics like this one were made for feasts attended by elites living under the Seljuqs. And it's possible this bowl was made for a Seljuk elite, though we aren't 100% certain. The Seljuqs were nomadic Turks originating in the Eurasian steppe, who founded a large empire that stretched across Inner Asia to the Eastern Mediterranean. One of their capital cities was in Iran, and many beautiful plates, bowls, and cups were made there, and a lot of them still exist. Our camel bowl belongs to one type of ceramics made at this time. Today we refer to them with the name Mina'i, which means enameled in Persian, an important language that was used in the Seljuq Empire. But what's enamel? Well, it refers to brightly colored glass. And this ceramic bowl isn't actually glass, but the name is used because of these gorgeous bright colors that artists used to decorate these ceramics. The colors were made from powdered glass pigments. And so an artist would form the bowl in moist clay with a white glaze and then fire it. And at the appropriate moment, the artist used a brush to apply the design and colors very carefully. Oftentimes, the artist would fire it more than once. It was very time-consuming and hard to do. At the end of the process, though, you'd get a beautiful colored ceramic like our camel bowl. Now, not just everyone could afford a bowl like this one, so to have one was typically a sign of your high status and wealth. And it makes sense that someone would want to use them for celebrations and feasts to impress everyone with fine dining ceramics. Plus, you can imagine how a bowl like this could be a conversation starter. Now, it turns out this bowl is kinda special. Camel caravans weren't that common as a scene on these types of ceramics. What you could count on were scenes of feasting, hunting, musical performances, and even poetry readings, like you see in this beaker that has seated figures engaged in conversation, some of whom are holding instruments. All of these were common activities for elites who'd be using these ceramics. You'll notice there's also some writing on our camel bowl. It's written in two different types of calligraphy, or different styles of writing. One is more angular and regular. It's called Kufic script. The other is rounder and looser looking. It's called Nashki. On other Mina'i ceramics, you find both of these types of writing. What's really interesting to me though, is that here the text only looks like writing, but we can't actually read it. It's gibberish or fake writing made to look like real writing. Why do you think someone would do that? By the time this bowl was made, we do know that these types of ceramics were made for wealthy elites as well as for the open market. So maybe the nonsense writing is a clue that tells us this was made for the open market and it just needed to look like writing. Perhaps you'll figure it all out one day. Even without understanding what the text says, this amazing bowl is a window to the Seljuk past. I hope you had a blast exploring it with me. What other incredible stories will you discover the next time you look at a bowl?